few weeks ago, well, I guess it's been about a month ago actually, I had shared some video of us doing some spraying, and I talked about, how to use chemical, when we use chemical, and why specifically I do like herbicide. And I understand there are a lot of strong feelings when it comes to herbicide, but the way I look at it is that it's simply a tool, and when used responsibly and in the right way, it is a really effective measure to help you manage the land. And so in our case, we were using the herbicide specifically to target our tallow tree invasive plants we're trying to get rid of, as well as help maintain our trail systems. I was just out here giving a little look. Overall, it looks like it's done a pretty good job. You can see very clearly and definitely where these trail systems are. Rather before, you could barely tell where we had bush hogged. We'll probably have to continue definitely doing some bush hogging, but these spraying seem to have done a pretty good job, with some few exceptions. You can clearly see where I missed the palmettos I was definitely aiming for, and I did not give them enough of the spraying. But what I wanted to point out specifically is you need to follow up on all of your management practices when you do them. You need to see how effective they were. But again, you're going to have to give it time to be able to look at the actual results. And so this was done about a month and a half ago, so 5-6 weeks, we'll say, ballpark. And if we had gone out almost immediately after, we would barely be able to see any results. And so I like to wait a minimum of 5, 6, 7 weeks before I go and check my results, because then you're going to be able to see what was effectively killed, where was it effectively, done, and maybe where were the areas that you did not spray as well or had a little too much drift. You'll be able to see the problem areas that you might have to hit again at the right time, of course. And then what, did take really, really well. Now, I'm using chemicals just as the example here, but this is going to be true no matter what type of management you're doing. Your prescribed burn obviously is going to be a lot more readily effective to see how good of a job that has done. But you're still going to want to go back out a few weeks later and just see how effective everything is, because things don't take that long before the green up starts to happen up. Any questions about, chemical, herbicide, how I like to use herbicide, those recommendations, when you spray certain plants perhaps, and why you might use herbicide over prescribed burning or other mechanical means, shoot me a message and we'll talk land and herbicide land management recommendations.